Hey guys, if you're enjoying the content that I'm making, please click that subscribe button. Also remember to click that bell button and make sure to tick that box to send all notifications so you don't miss out on any videos. With that in mind, let's get on with the video. What's up guys, welcome to Munchkins Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Munchkins logging in to bring you another The City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. And in this video we're gonna be talking about the Power and Magic's CHASM Rising event quest. So this is finally the last event quest for this particular event. Basically, you get to unlock this once you get a perfect score on all three of the previous event quests. So if you haven't done that, you can go ahead and watch my older videos, and they will sort of teach you how to get that perfect score. So in this event quests, basically you don't need to get perfect anymore. All you need to do is to be able to beat the actual quest. The problem is there is an event reward that you have to get at least 32,000 points. This is easier said than done. So a little disclaimer is that I haven't actually gotten the 32k points just yet at this point. I went with a very aggressive approach on one of my tries to get the 32k, and I only managed to get to 29k, so it was nearly like 30k, and I feel like I just don't have enough resources to actually get that 32k points. I believe everything sort of went well on my try, on that aggressive try, but the problem was I think, yeah, my weapons aren't exactly like the greatest. My lightning has like 2 limit breaks on it, and my Vincent doesn't even have one, and so does my Papalimo. So I feel like if I had a higher brave or a higher attack, I would have been able to achieve that 32k on that run. Unfortunately, I didn't really record that video because I was just trying things out, but believe me that I did try to get that 32k with the resources I have. So I will still make this guide on how to get obviously all the mission quests, but at the same time I will try and make that 32k point video if I ever get there. But I will still give you guys tips and guides on how to get that 32k here. So I hope that even though you don't see the 32k, that you take it from my experience that it is possible. You just need a lot of better gear, and if you manage to get 32k with like no limit breaks on your weapons, let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to see how you did it, how you do it, or how you did it. But there are certainly other ways to get that 32k, but I went with a very aggressive approach and everything really went well on that one, and I thought, yeah, I finally get that 32k, but it wasn't enough. It took too many turns maybe, but yeah, without further ado, let's get on with this video. So let's start off with, is there any restrictions on your characters here? No, there is not. You can bring any character you want. There is no restriction. Bring the strongest characters that you have. Although I will point out that you should try and balance out your team. So it's either bring 2 physical characters, physical damaging characters, and 1 magic based character, and your support should be a magic based character as well. On the flip side, you can bring 2 magic based character for your own and 1 physical damaging character, and your support should be a physical base character. And the reason for this is basically because the first and third boss in this fight is basically weak to physical attacks, while the second and the fourth boss are weak to magical attacks. There are various ways if you want to do this, like, you know, bringing in a support character like Ramza. Ramza is actually pretty good in this one as well, because of the brave recovery that you get with Ramza. You can also bring Eiko, like you guys are seeing here, which basically recovers you the HP, so you get to achieve the missions for this particular fight. So I think that's pretty much it, really. It's just balancing your team for the fight. It's not like before where, you know, you have to have one set of team. And yeah, use your abilities as much as you can. Obviously use them wisely as well. But yeah, let's start off by going way back to the beginning, and we'll do this wave by wave. So basically, this fight is a compilation of all the bosses of the previous event quest plus 1 extra one at the end. So the strategy is basically almost identical, really, from all the previous bosses. With the Heretic Gaia behemoth, it is weak to physical attacks, and range attacks as well. It does have resistance to magic, so even though Papalimo is magic based, thanks to Vincent's ability to reduce the enemy's weakness to fire, thanks to one of his abilities, Papalimo can still do a decent amount. Although you don't really have to rely on Papalimo so much, just having 2 of your physical characters should be enough to beat this boss. Basically, I use Lightning and Vincent. I do feel like Vincent is the MVP in this fight, because he's able to at least weaken down the resistances of the monster so that Papalimo can actually do a decent amount of damage. In saying that, he is not required for you to beat this. I just feel like he makes it a lot easier to it makes the fight a lot easier because of his different abilities. So anyway, the thing that you have to worry about here is the same thing. When you see that all attack, just make sure you've used up all your brave, because he's going to use Earth Shaker, which basically reduces your brave by 70%. And yeah, that's about it. I think we can go to the next boss, and we're going to cut right here. So the second wave is basically the Heretic Land Turtle, which is probably the most annoying one out of all these bosses. And if you are bringing 2 physical attackers and 1 magic base characters, this can be very, very painful. It can take you long and will make your points go down. The other option here is bringing a Vanille as a support, just to take out that stupid buff that it gets when it uses retreat. On the other hand, you can bring another Papalimo as well, and you can try just to, you know, destroy it down. However, I feel like if you're bringing a Papalimo, bringing it to the last boss is actually much worth it, because that can be pretty intense as well. But if you're trying to achieve your 32,000 points just to get all the rewards for the mission rewards, I believe, this is probably the one that's going to stop you from doing that. So if bringing in the Vanille can help you get this thing done quicker, then by all means go ahead. Sometimes it doesn't even use that, so you're safe. But if it targets itself, that's when you know it's gonna use the retreat skill. But other than that, this is a pretty straightforward boss. You just have to, like, you know, break it down. Slow and steady wins the race, right? So the third one in this fight is the Heretic Booster Machine. This is both weak in melee attacks and physical range attacks. And you can also use Thunder and Lightning abilities because it is weak to that. Sorry, Thunder and Ice. What am I saying? Thunder and Lightning the same. Thunder and Ice abilities as well, because it is weak to that skill. So bringing Papalymo here and using his Umbral abilities is gonna be worth it. Now, things to worry about in this fight: the charging ability. Now, this can make or break your run for this fight. It can be pretty annoying because it does, you do have to try and kill it before it charges up to 100%. Now, it is quite possible to beat this guy with Lightning and Vincent alone, but yeah, it can get pretty dicey towards the end, especially if you're bringing a non-attacking character as your support, like I did in this video. This is the only reason why I actually brought Eiko here is because I was afraid that I'll get damaged too much, and I wanted to recover as much HP as I can, and I did manage to do that. So like I said, slow and steady wins the race. But if it manages to get to 100% charge, just be careful, because it does deal a ton of brave damage, and it will do an HP damage afterwards. So, and it's not just for one character, it'll actually do it for, it'll damage all your characters, which is pretty terrible if you're trying to get all the missions, the 3 missions anyway, that is for this event quest. So other things to worry about is an all attack, which is the flamethrower. It can break you. As you guys can see, I actually use my summon here. But yeah, once you see that it's charged to 90% and it says all, that means it'll do its laser attack, and you have to be careful. But if it's just like at 50% and then it says all, you're just gonna have to worry about a flamethrower coming at you. But otherwise, yeah, this fight is actually pretty okay. The only, like I said, only worry is the laser. But yeah, let's move on to the last boss of this event. Okay, wave 4. This is the last one, which is the Heretic Berserker armor, which is at level 55. This is strong against melee and range physical attacks, so all your magic base characters will do quite a decent damage over this boss. Now, if your Vincent still has any abilities left, you can definitely use those in order to reduce its weaknesses, and so you can actually hit it with a resist plus weakness attack, brave attack. So that is an option there. And for me, Papalymo basically will try to use all his abilities, and if you saved your support towards the end and you use Papalymo as well, you can definitely murder this boss pretty quickly. Now, things to look out for in this boss: it does use Berserk, which means it'll randomly attack one of your characters. If you do bring Vanille in, you can dispel this, so it can, you can avoid getting broken. Because the other thing in combination with his Berserk is the ability Flurry. So Flurry is a random 4-hit group melee brave attack, and this can be dangerous because you don't know who he's gonna hit or if he's gonna use Flurry. Basically, multiple characters can get broken here, and if they do, the main problem for you is because he broke like 2 or 3 of your characters, he's gonna have a lot of brave points, and he's gonna follow it up with a leaping swing, just like you saw, and that can be dangerous. So you just have to watch out. You can bring Vanille, and like I said, you can take that Berserk off and get rid of that problem. You know it's gonna use Berserk when it's targeting itself. Other than that, I think that's it pretty much for this video. If you guys are interested on my very aggressive style, basically I went with Ifrit and made sure I have max HP so I can get the Ifrit buff, which is like a percentage of your attack is increased whilst you have max HP. So idea of that fight is basically not getting any HP attack and abusing Ifrit there. My Ifrit actually isn't maxed out, and that's another thing, one of my problems of not getting the 32k points, but hopefully I'll be able to make that video and you guys can see that I made it. I'm just really short on resources, that's all, and I don't know whether I'll be able to do it or not, but I will definitely try. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. Remember to click like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it helpful at all. As always, I'd like to hear from you guys what your strategy is for this fight, and if you got your 32k points, let me know down in the comments below. This is Munchkins logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level.